A while ago, I had the idea to make a video about the concept of intelligent design. Now, intelligent design can mean many things, but one of the definitions that stood out the most to me was this pseudoscientific theological argument, which stated that since so many things in the world fit together just right like a piece of a puzzle, it has to have been created by a creator with some deliberate purpose in mind. And while I don't necessarily agree with that definition, I did find something interesting to think about. I wanted to approach the topic from the perspective of a video creator or a writer, you know? You know about how everything we may see in a movie or TV show or any kind of media, honestly, has been put into place precisely. When we watch a certain scene, let's say in Across the Spider-Verse, every single video effect, all the choices of color, all the choices of perspective and art and everything is done with a certain intention to convey something to the audience member. It is, after all, a complete work of art. It didn't exist before it was created. Every single frame, every single moment has been iterated and drawn and reviewed with such a level of detail and perfection that someone would have seen it and been like, yeah, that looks good. Let's put it like that into the film. I wanted to relate that feeling, care, and attention to detail to the real world. But honestly, I think it's kind of a reductionist approach to looking at the world. I mean, it's a very, very nice thought, don't even get me wrong, to be like the world and the things that are in it were created with exactly this intention, this purpose. But I mean, honestly speaking, if you look at things in the world, I don't think there's ever going to be a quote unquote natural thing that we can look at and say, oh, this thing was created with this one purpose. Like, I'll give an example. We can look at the world on a macro level and say, yeah, look at how everything is balanced. Trees needed to exist because without them, there wouldn't be oxygen for living organisms to breathe. But I think inherently that disregards the tree and the struggles it may experience. All the bugs that may eat at it or the droughts that it may be going through, they're all just things in relation to the purpose that the tree serves, being, well, I guess I should produce oxygen for others. Imagine being like that. Imagine in whatever you choose to do in your life, all the struggles that you may have gone through, and then after all that, someone coming to you and saying, yeah, your entire life and everything you may have gone through, it was in the purpose of doing this one specific thing. A slight tangent for a moment. I think all living organisms are quote unquote coded or programmed to do three things: exist, grow, and reproduce. Now, a tree may not necessarily have the cognitive ability to recognize that programming and challenge it, but I think as human beings, and honestly, maybe I can even stretch that, as animals with cognitive brain function, we have the ability to decide what our purpose is, if we even have one. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have a purpose for yourself, but I think it can sometimes kind of tunnel people into doing things or missing out on things that they would otherwise be able to experience. I mean, I'll be completely honest. Even me, when I was younger, I thought to myself, my purpose? Yeah, my purpose should be to contribute to scientific research and cure diseases such as cancer or aging. But realistically, I then confronted myself. Do I really want to do that? I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing research and I enjoy contributing to these scientific problems. But it's not the only thing I enjoy doing. I enjoy making videos, carrying out media analysis, watching shows. These things do not inherently contribute to my purpose at all. Maybe you can make the argument that they may contribute it in some completely unrelated way. That by making videos and like writing like this, I'm learning a certain skill that would then benefit me in the work of my purpose. I don't want to disregard that point, but again, I don't want to ever have that chance of looking back at the videos or things that I may have put effort into and saying, well, that was pointless, wasn't it? Because that disregards in all complete ways the amount of love and passion and enjoyment I derive from creatively expressing myself like this. Like, I'm not making these videos or anything to become a video creator or even to learn a skill that I can apply to something more meaningful. I'm doing this because it's fun and I love it. and it's awesome. Yeah, dude. I don't know how to end this video, but as a closer, I guess I'll just say a lot of times we as people feel the need to justify the actions or justify the choices that we make. That, oh, I did this for this particular reason, I did it to achieve this purpose. But honestly, I think there's a certain beauty, a certain brilliance to doing things just because you can, just because you want to. It doesn't need to lead to anything else or anything at all, actually. Just do what you love because it makes you happy. Isn't that reason enough? Gang shit, homies. In case I didn't wish you, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, y'all. Have a good one.